Hi everyone, we are on our last writing lesson for the year. This time we're taking a look at probably one of the most important parts of sending a letter, which is the envelope. Now the reason why the envelope is the most important is because without the envelope, which holds the letter, the mail person would never know where your letter needs to go. So there are three things that we usually or should always see on a letter. That first thing is what you learned about last time, which is the stamp. So the stamp always goes in this top, when you're looking at the envelope, right corner. And that's just going to tell the postal worker that you paid to have your letter mailed. The other thing that you are going to see are some addresses. Now, usually, almost always, you should have your own address on the envelope, but your address goes very small if you're sending the letter in the top left-hand corner. That is called a return address, and it just really means that in case your letter gets lost in the mail or accidentally the address of the person that you're sending it to is wrong, that it gets returned, the letter gets returned back to you so that you can try and find another way to send it to the person you're trying to send it to. And that means that the very last thing you're going to see is the address of the person you want to send your letter to. So, if I wanted to send a letter, I would need an envelope which will hold the letter, it will protect the letter, and I would need to write my own address, my own name and address on it. So I would write Mrs. Vaughn in the corner, and I would write my address. So for the first line of your address, you write your house number and the road that you live on. The second line of your address, you write the town that you live in and the province that you live in. Usually it's only short form. So for us, since we live in Ontario, we would just write ON. That's short for Ontario. And then the very last thing, you're going to have 3 letters and numbers here, and that's called your postal code. That's the very last thing you do. So the next part is the person that you're sending it to, the sender's address. So then the first thing you're going to do is write the name of the person you're sending it to. Then you're going to write the house number of that person and the road that they live on. And then you're going to write the town that they live in and the province. And then, just like yours, the postal code. So there'll be 3 numbers and 3 letters that you write as well. What I would like you to do is take out your writing booklet. There's 2 pages that you can take a look at today. The first one looks like this. It says envelopes in the top, and it just has some information that you can read about envelopes and what information goes on an envelope. And the last page, it looks like this. It says envelope again. It gives you a little bit more information that it's a piece of paper shaped like a pocket that can be used to hold and mail a letter. What you have here is an envelope, kind of like what I have here. What I would like you to do is write your name on the first line. That's where your address goes, but you just need to write your name. Don't worry about the address. If you are feeling ambitious, that means if you feel like you really want to, you can try and figure out what your address is and write that down as well. And then you're just going to make someone up that you would like to send a letter to. You could pretend who you want it to be and write their name here. Then the last thing you can do is decorate this stamp on the envelope. And that is your work for today.